Shalom Makim. First and foremost, gonna start by giving infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakakarash. Give honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach world, peace and blessings to the hopeful and faithful elect across the four corners, living and preaching the truth to the best of their ability and sincerity. And again, Shalom.
Shalom.
As you know, we're living in prophetical times, man. I can't stress this enough. We're living in the time where prophecy is just happening back to back. Everything we speak of is happening back to back. Okay, specifically the prophecy of Revelation 13th chapter. Man, we're living in that right now, man. Especially if you're in Australia, you in California, you in all these places where these use mandates are more extreme. They got concentration camps out there right now. Right, but we're living in it.
Revelation 13 and 14. I see y'all.
Right.
Hey, and 14. And,
14.
And deceive of them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
We know those miracles are that left-hand technology, man. What's the biggest left-hand technology being spread over the whole earth right now? It's that juice, man. Because that's nanotech right there, man. That's literal technology being incorporated into society so that he could get power over the whole earth. So that he could, and that's how he's deceived the whole earth through this pestilence that's going on right now, man.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right? And how are you making that image to the beast? By worshiping this system, worshiping the westernized way of living, man. Ultimately, you just worshiping what the elite bankers want, man. Right? That's all you're doing. You taking that juice. And eventually it's going to lead to you worshiping this image, worshiping this society, and this way of life is going to lead to you taking that charagma, man. That's all this shit going to.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right? How is life being given into this image, to this way of life? Not only is he using the law to enforce them, the three unclean spirits, the judicial, legislative, and executive branch, where he could judge, he could legislate, write it down, and he could execute, man. We in the stage right now where he is executing upon his power. He's forcing it on you, right? But he also uses the people, because the people incorporate this system. They give life to the system, man. Specifically 2/3 of our people, man.
And he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, which translates to everybody. That's why you see with this juicing that's going on. It's talking about everybody, man. Right now they're trying to get it for kids like 5 through 12 right now. Right, they're trying to mandate that, give them that Boost Mobile and all that shit like that, man. Can't call it nothing. Right, but that's talking about literally everyone. It's gonna be the same system. This old juicing that's going on is just gonna be a seamless transition into taking that karag, putting that grain of rice in your hand.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 666.
Right, and that's that number we've been seeing everywhere, because this man of sin has been revealed. Right? He's starting to put his own name on it.
Which is a code. In this society, it's an actual code that goes back to literal 600, 66. Go ahead and elaborate on it.
You got these Edomites literally just saying it outright. They're saying 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. Then they got the build back better, the BBB, the 666, man. All right, so it's safe to say that this build back better plan that's coming is going to be the plan that they use to initiate this beast system like this, man.
Like the other just said, that's code talk, and only the elites on both sides understand code talk. You got it right.
Yeah. All right, Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right. Who's disappointing those devices of the crafty? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is disappointing the devices of Esau. What's that main device that he's trying to bring into play?
But let's tie these two precepts together. Let's tie them into the elephant in the room. Just bagging you up. You on it, just bagging my brother up. Devices. Karagma. Device. Karagma. device, charagma. A blind man can see this, man.
That device,
Okay. You got it?
That's that device that he's going to disappoint. Because right, well, it's gonna say it, but right when he's about to fulfill this new world order, that's when the Lord's gonna come down on him. Huh? It's going to look like Esau is about to have the entire planet full of that RFID chip.
Yeah. Verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, which is what this brother is doing, along with the rest of the prophets of the Lord. Right? Via the words of Yahweh Shai, when it says taking the wise in their own craftiness, they are trying to be crafty in the eyes of the world, but through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the Lord is exposing them through his prophets.
I got you on that.
You know, you got it. After this one, it says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong.
Right, so the counsel of the froward goes into being off, man, to being wicked. Those who are not on the path of righteousness is being carried headlong. He about to just toss that shit out.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians, go hand in hand with the other side, 2:11. Lest Satan should gain an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right? Because if we did not have this knowledge of the prophecies, he would get an advantage of us. They got that one. If it were at all possible, he would deceive the very elect, man. All right, so but we know about these things that's coming. We know this is an actual Revelation 13 is talking about an actual system that's going to be put in place by a man on the earth right now, an actual government system
Through a device.
through a device, man. But we are not ignorant of these things.
That's all I had. I mean, you said this more I can if y'all put it. Okay. All right. Verse 14. Job 5:14. It says, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. The point. But he saveth the poor from the sword. Because what is, okay, device, charagma, sword. What is that saying? The device
is that sword, man.
that's going to come in the form of a mark, charagma, which we break that down to be inserted inside of you, right? It's going to lead to death. Charagma, device, sword. Charagma, device, sword. You still don't get it. So that's what you do. Is you deserve what come on y'all ass. But you still got it. I'm gonna read it. Okay. And so it says, verse 15, Job 5:15, but he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty.
So the Lord's going to deliver us out of all these things, all this propaganda that's going to come out against us, man. And he's going to deliver us from that ultimate thing, which is this.
But when it says the hand of the mighty, the hand means to what? Be from under their control, right? Who is the mighty? Job 9:24. The rulers of this world. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I got one. It's Job 12:16, and it's just to let you know. Okay, and it's just to let you know that the Most High has everything set up on every spectrum that you can possibly think and believe of. All right. With him is strength and wisdom. So the Most High has power. He has wisdom. And wisdom goes into knowledge, understanding, everything that you can think of, every form of thinking that you can think of, from the minuscule to as high as it goes. Okay. So we know that before he created man, the plan was already made. Okay. We're just walking it out. Watch this though. The deceived, the world, the 2/3, the middle of the Lord before they came into the truth, and the deceiver, Esau, Edom, are his. So he can't help but win. All right, because he has, with the help of our brother Satan on the left hand side, he had Esau is in the Lord's back pocket, man. All right, Satan is telling him all kind of things. Satan presenting chariots to him that he can see, touch, and feel, and it got little big-headed little.
The Most High playing good cop, bad cop. What is it?
Hey, that's beautiful. I like that.
just like you think you playing good cop, bad cop with the world. Good cop, bad cop is being playing. Your ass is the one being deceptive, being deceived. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He leadeth counselors away spoil and maketh the judge of fools. So, and when you're dealing with America, all right, the heads, the decision makers, the people that think they're the movers and the shakers, they're actually being moved and they're being shaped because Yahweh Shah is all about him and his agenda. All right, him and his agenda is more important than his own people, man.
And
But
and part of the but to show that backing you up, if you say the Lord's agenda is more important than his own people, which proves that's why the Lord's people have to suffer. Because we went against the Lord's agenda.
Come on.
So therefore, we're dying left and fucking right.
That's right.
We're struggling. We're at the bottom.
Yeah.
Why? Because we came second to what the Lord set above everything.
Right.
His word. Okay. And I got one to back that up. Okay. Job 5, it was the same chapter. It was still going enough. It says, verse 17, behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. What the brother said, the Lord regarded what over his own creation? His agenda, his law, his commandments, his word, his oracles. Okay? Above all of us. So that's why it says right here, it says, verse 17, happy is the man that the Most High corrected. Why he have to correct us? How do we get corrected? By taking losses, by being chastened. Right? The Lord will put you in a position where you feel like it's over with for you.
And the Lord likes
and he loves you.
Yeah.
And he loves you. You one of his favorites, but he just blowing you out, and you like, damn, Lord, you hate me. What are you doing? But the end result is for your own good because you went against the Lord's agenda. You know, and that's what it's about. So it says, therefore despise not the chastening of the Almighty. That's why it tells you not, based off the brother's word, what he said. That's why it tells you not to despise the Lord's correcting, his correction, or him rebuking you, or ultimately his chastening, because it's for your good.
Bring it out, Elder.
You know, it's for your greater good. You might suffer today, you might suffer tomorrow, you might take L's the day after that. But ultimately, it's for your own salvation. You know what I mean? But it takes faith to have that kind of faith in Yahweh Shah.
Because you can't see your salvation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trust in the process.
Yeah. I got a quick one, Elder.
And then you got it. It says, verse 18, it says, for he, which is Yahweh Shah, make it sore. He put that pressure on your ass. Right? That the brother just told you why. Because what's more important?
His plan.
Okay?
His will.
So he's doing that so you can get on plan and on accord with his fucking will.
Because you wanted his will, because he love your ass, man.
The Lord don't give a fuck about how you feel.
No.
It's hey, you ready to give him the plan? You ready to give him? Okay. Go him off, pick him up, carry him on this side. The man that took enough for me.
Give him a 2-week break, man.
Yeah. So it says, for he, Yahweh shall make it sore and bind us up, right? Which when you look at us, he bounded us up, he got us right. He made us stand up, gird up our loins and be men. But he had to tear us down first. We were talking about taking losses before we even went live. Different losses brothers take. And it's just like when you sculpting something, you knocking big ass chunks out of this shit. But when you finish with it, it's a perfect sculpture. That's what the Lord doing with us, right? So it says, for he make a sore and bind it up. He woundeth and his hands make whole. And that's the point. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. And now we went through the whole asset of how the Lord building up his people, why the Lord tears people down, and why the Lord builds his people up, right? It's all about endurance. When you going and when you working out, you're tearing those muscles up. You're ripping those muscles.
And it's sore. And
you get sore. It hurts. Right? And then you get home, you can't even move. But after a couple of days, you start looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, man, I'm big as a bitch, man. Damn, baby. Man, look at me. I look better as a motherfucker, man. And it motivates you to go and do more. Hit them bitches some more. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's all the Lord doing. That's why the Lord putting that pressure on our ass to build us up, to make us whole.
Ooh, I got a script for that one too.
All right. So it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah. All those troubles was to make us whole. All those troubles was to build us up. We done broke down the 6 troubles, the 7 troubles, the different woes, the different stages. Yeah. We done did video after video after video on those topics. But I'm just saying it all to get to the ultimate point that I'm making, man. We went through all those troubles for the Lord to get our mind right. Right? And that's what you call making us whole. Now we're in our right mind. We're back in our right mind. We're back the nation of Israel again. We know the Most High's name, his son's name. We know who the devil is on the earth, according to the Bible. We know who Esau is. We can identify who that red devil is. Okay? And so on and so forth and everything else that come with it. All right? So it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. We're waiting. Because we know the 7th trouble is Jacob's trouble. Yeah. And that's when the Lord is going to blow that trumpet.
And it says no evil will touch you.
No evil is going to trust us, man. Touch us.
Touch us. That's right.
It says, yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine shall he redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
Come on,
thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt lay. Neither shalt thou be afraid of beasts of the earth, man. I can go more and more. My brother saying they got more and more.
Y'all got one too. All right, but going back into being into the Lord's will. All right, being in the Lord's will is something that we all strive to do. That's why we out here doing the things that we do. All right, but the Lord's will is not going to be. I'm straight up tell you, man. All right. You're gonna start looking different. Your hair gonna change colors and all kind of shit gonna go on, man. You're gonna be losing everything in your hair and all that, man. But guess what? Does the Lord give a motherfucker? Watch this. Isaiah 53:10. Yet it pleased, and he's talking about Yahweh Shai. All right. The most bright, brilliantest creation the only creation that the Most High made, man.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah, that's the Most High. When you crying this shit, you heard? He's just gonna make sure your ass don't break, man. Right. So when you crying, most times like I was crying when you broke my motherfucking law, you little motherfucker, you heard me? But he's gonna bring you back because he cares and he loves you, man. You gotta think about this. When you tell your son or your daughter to do something and they come back and they haven't done it, you are hurt. All right? That the first emotion that's gonna register is anger. But under that anger, you are hurt. Like, damn, man, I told you what to do, you didn't do it. I thought you was gonna do it. And I'm mad. So you think when I punish you, I'm gonna give a fuck that you mad at me? But I'm happy that you are uncomfortable. I'm happy that you're upset. Let me get the scripture. And it's talking about Yahweh Shai. Isaiah 53:10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. All right? In the incarnation of Yahweh Shai, he was the lamb. He was the sacrificial lamb. And when he was being bruised, all of our sins was being atoned for. And not just that. The life you lived that Solomon had to be answered for, man. Okay? So the Lord was happy because he know what he was doing was making him feel good because he's like, look, you did this to me. This is your punishment. This is your judgment. I'm a righteous power. Judgment is supposed to make me feel good. I know it hurts, son. I know it hurts. But you're going to be in this same judgment seat in the near future, and you're going to understand why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. Matter of fact, you're going to be judging in my stead, man. You understand? You need this. So you have to walk through these things that the Lord puts you through. So when he sets you up and you're in power, you'll be able to judge righteously. And when you're casting out your judgment, you're going to like it because you know that the person that you're judgment broke the law, statutes, and commandments and is breaking the will. He was going off. You gotta have it has to happen, man.
And they going off continually.
Continuously, perpetually.
Like when you see it, it's like, damn. That's why the Lord say, why stricken them
anymore?
Whatever. We even gotta thank the brother here to do something. Okay.
This is Ezekiel 12. Let's start at verse 26. Again, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesied of the times that are far off.
Meaning for many days to come, meaning that it's in the future. Yeah, we got some time before we get there. It's far from right now, but go ahead.
He therefore said to them, Thus saith Yahweh thy power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
Right. And we're at that time now to where we're not looking at no prolongment of time. When you say 2 years, brothers looking at you like, what? We're not looking at 5, 10 years. We're not looking no longer at a prolongment of time. It is here. It is nigh. You know, what the scripture say, sooner than thou
salvation
nearer than when thou believe. That's the time we in right now. Go ahead.
But the word which I have spoken.
Because let me say hold on, one more thing. Because back then it was the time to where they knew when they received these prophecies, they knew that they were gonna die, and in the future, after their death, down the line, these prophecies were gonna take place. Like with Daniel. The Lord told Daniel he was going to die. So you're going to sleep with your father and stand in your light and be raised up in the last day. Daniel knew he was going to be reincarnated. They all had the notion of reincarnation. That was just the norm amongst Israel back then. That was coming. You know, so they, and Ezra the same way. They knew they were coming back. But we and Job, Job as well. And Job was way back in the fucking BC. BC be 10,000, 12,000 fucking BC time. Before the flood and shit, you know. So them having a concept of, damn, I know I'm gonna die before these things happen, but they will happen. We're in the time to where we're no longer prolonging. We're in the time. We're in the time where that happens. Yeah. We're seeing the fulfillment. We're in the fulfillment of these prophecies. So we don't have no conversation about, oh, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna be reincarnated. And I'm gonna stand in my light and in the last. No, we in the motherfucking last days. Go ahead.
Matthew the 24th chapter say, learn the parable of the fig tree. And when you see their leaves are yet tender, you know summer is not. Right. The leaves yet tender mean you see these prophecies come to pass in your day. So you know salvation is upon it.
And a generation that see these things come to pass shall not pass
away. All right, I'm gonna finish this out right now. There shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done. He talking about right then and up. You know, these prophecies are coming to pass in this time. Say if Yahweh Shema Shah.
And it's going to be done from that point when he proclaimed it. They're being done now. You know?
It's really what you said. It's Hebrews 12:2. Like you said, when he proclaimed it, says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
The beginning and the end. The author and the finisher.
Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
That's the highest power, the position that a man can have, man. To be at the right hand of Yahweh himself. Come on, man. You at Yahweh right hand. Hey, Pops. Yeah, man, well, if Yahweh shot sitting here, Yahweh gonna be on this side of it. This your right hand. So if you Yahweh shall be sitting here. You know what I'm saying? On your right side. He has the right hand of Yahweh.
Hey, but
this Yahweh's right hand. Yahweh gonna be in his left. Yeah.
Hey, what David say? We gonna be able to behold his beauty up in his temple.
Yeah.
All right, you got the 24 elders gonna be there.
Oh, man, it's in Revelations 22. Behold his face, we shall behold. We shall see him and behold his face. Literally.
Yeah.
I want to say Revelation. This one in the 20s. It's like the 20s.
Yeah, ain't Revelation. I say the 24 elders be around their throne. The elect gonna be able to come in that tabernacle.
Well, they're already up there before the Most High crying for us anyway. Yeah. The blood of the saints is before the that's the spirits. They up there anyway. So being an Israelite, it's just like the apostles did a video on that a couple months ago. Well, no, they were just saying even in the spirit world that you got rank, you got order. It's just not when the heathens die, they're not equal with us. It's not just some paradise that the spirits go and everybody's even. Everybody, nah. When an Edomite or a heathen die and they go in the spirit world, they know instantly the children of Israel are the children of the Most High. They know that there is a hierarchy in the spirit world. Period. Yeah. Period. So I just want to put that out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, they got some on it. When you talking about that's 1 Corinthians, where they talk about the brightness of each star.
Because think about it. Think about it like this. When you go into Genesis and it says, "Let us make man in our own image." When you go in Genesis and it says, "Let us confound man languages," right? I mean, that's already a kingdom already established during the birth of the earth. You got a spiritual kingdom already in its perfection, to the point they can create a world, they can create beings on that bitch, they can create creatures on that motherfucker, they can create water, they can create an atmosphere. That's already a fucking established civilization. I don't want to say civilization, I'm gonna say kingdom.
That's kingdom.
I mean, Esau saying civilization.
As it is in heaven, let it be on earth.
And that's what I was about to say. And this pattern down here is pattern after a time.
Right. So we was already like spiritually, we was already at the top in the spiritual realm before we even made this physical shit.
The elder, if I can back you up, even us at our low degree, we signed up for this shit, Lord willing, we part of that number. We still at the top, even in our lowest degree. It's just a fucking experiment that has to be walked out. Because we have to, if we design these bodies, if we design these things, you know what I'm saying? Who better? Because Yahweh Shah jumped down there first. But after Yahweh Shah, Allah came down below. It's an experiment, bro. You know what I'm saying? We still at the top. And what it say in Revelation? I know your poverty. I know your tribulation, but thou art rich, because the Lord know who we are.
Right.
Hey, let me bring these out to before I don't want to get too far away. And the brothers was telling you that Job, he knew he was gonna die, but he knew he was coming back. Daniel, he knew he was gonna die, but he knew he was coming back. Hey, get Ezra 16 to 17.
And also the man that was crucified on side of Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, he told him. Yep,
Yahweh Shah consistently said he was coming back. Yep. Yahweh Shah consistently said we was coming back.
Right.
You know.
That's right. Now I'm gonna bring out these scriptures. I'm gonna read them, and then I'm gonna break them down afterwards. And do it real quick. You know what I mean? But just to back it up. This is Daniel. This is the prophet Daniel. Daniel 12 and 13. But go thy way until the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days.
Oh.
Now let's go to Job.
Stand. How can a dead man stand in the end of days unless he's alive? So the Lord is telling him that he's going to be alive in the last days. A dead man can't stand. I'm just saying, y'all find me a corpse that can stand. Okay?
And if it stand is propped up against something, it will fall. Right. Yeah.
So he's here.
Yes.
Or now we're in the last days.
We are here.
And to stand means to stand for righteousness' sake. Yeah. So not only is he standing, he's doing what we're doing.
Yeah. When you go in that word stand, what Paul said, after you've done all you can do, he said stand. That's what Paul said. And what is Paul saying? Keep teaching and keep being unspotted, unblemished from this world. That's what Daniel's asked to do.
If any man think if he's staying, take heed before he falls.
Yeah.
Hey, all them Negroes back. They all back.
That's right.
Whether y'all like it or not.
And y'all seen them. Y'all just don't know who's who.
That's right. All right. And the Lord, that can keep all us humble. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Hey,
that he one of the prophets, and the Lord tell him that.
In 2 Corinthians 4:30, it says the evil grain was planted in Adam from the beginning. Well, it has grain that the Lord put into Israelite. This big head thing is in all of us, man, and that's why He has to protect us from that grain. And until the time of the threshing comes, when He separates the grain from the plant, you know what I'm saying? Job 19 and 25.
Well, wheat from the tares.
Yeah. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see Yahweh, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reign shall be consumed within me. So Job telling you, look, I'm going to be there too. But Job also knew he was going to lay it down. But Job don't know who he is today. Bring up that one out.
Second Ezra 16 and 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Read on.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils.
That's where we at, because Jacob's trumpet has not totally popped off. We're in the beginning of these things, all right? So Ezra's had the same memo that these other prophets had, and that's why we go from prophet to prophet, from book to book, from precept to precept, from line to line, to bring it out to you guys to let you know we ain't out here doing this shit for our health. You know we ain't doing it for money. Y'all got it?
Yeah, what you just said, at the what of these things?
Hmm?
The beginning of these things. You said the beginning of the end.
Oh, come on. Yeah, we at the beginning of the end, because if this was Jacob's trouble, we would be prophesying it to be the famine of the word.
All right. Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
That's how we know that we in the latter days, man, because it's speaking right now. We can see these prophecies taking place. It ain't tearing no more. To keep it simple.
And what do we see? In the 1960s, the Lord didn't want the Hebrew Israelite movement to be at the forefront. But the people that was at the forefront took out the lingo. You white devils. The fucking Muslims took that from the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay? When you look at that movie Malcolm X, and it's talking about
the whole Nation of Islam, bro. They swear from the Hebrew.
And Esau propped them up because he saw what was happening. He was like, man, before y'all be accrediting this to the Lord of the Bible, y'all gonna accredit this to Allah. Yeah. Esau don't care what religion.
Well, that's when they paid him off.
Yeah.
When they paid him off, that's when he came, that's the whole Islam bullshit and the whole one of the king that was all different factions of the FBI infiltrating.
Yeah, that's what I was going into. Yeah. And I was going into, they don't care who you believe in, Jake. They just don't want you to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You could believe in Tupac, you could believe in Jesus Christ, you could believe in Donald Trump, you could believe in yourself, you could believe in nothing. Just don't call upon the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And don't break these scriptures down the way that they was originally meant to be broken down, because they invested so much time and money and power into these things. And that also lets you know that this thing that we're dealing with is not a myth. You got it. Go ahead.
Second it. Second it. Oh, you break it down. Okay, got that. Slide.
All right. This second Maccabees 2 and 24, talking about men coming back in their lives. But considering the infinite number and the difficulty which they find the desire to look into the narrations of the story, and for the variety of the matter. Okay? And what that goes into, all of these books that we're reading, all right, and the variations of the narrations of the story, all right, us men, we knew that it's from man of old, right? But we don't know exactly who's who, all right? We've been careful that they that read may have delight. Us that read, when we read these books and he give us this truth, you wouldn't have much delight if you knew you looking at such and such, and that's Daniel Howard. You're going to be mesmerized, and you're going to be looking at him like you look at Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right? But you have that delight when you're a prisoner of hope, okay? And that they are mysterious to come into memory might have ease, all right? You at ease, really, when you don't know who the fuck you are, man. Because if you knew who you were, like everybody say, you'll be off.
Yeah, especially being an Israelite, there's no reason for you to be at ease.
Yeah.
Period. Being at the goddamn bottom. You got it.
And that all into whose hands comes might have profit. All right? And you have profit. Having hope builds character, not knowing that you of the elect builds character, because it keeps you on your toes. You profit from that. Therefore, to us that have taken upon us this painful labor of abridging, all right, it was not easy.
but a matter of sweat and watching.
Laboring, baby. Laboring.
You got more, but that's it.
Like I said, we'll bring like a couple more out and we'll take it out.
Job 33:15, it said, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and the slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. But this point right here, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Right? So he has to keep your so-called true identity from you, man. So you don't get beside yourself. So you can continue in the faith. All right?
That's the evil brain that was put in Adam from the beginning. We, us as Israelites, we have a something called a nigger gene, man. You give us too much of something, man, we go to acting out. We go to acting up, man. That's why King David prayed that prayer. Give me food convenient for me. Don't give me riches, least I forget you. Don't give me poverty, least I steal. All right, and I put that and I go off. We have to stay humble. Israelites have a haughty, prideful spirit about them, and the Lord is going to make sure that the men of the Lord don't have that attribute, no matter what he got to do and how low he got to drag your ass through the mud before you get to that humble part, man.
And Israel's so fucked up. You got to pray to the Most High that you don't go out.
That's right.
Let me bring this precept out.
I can go further than that. After the deliverance, after we all get saved and it's all said and done, he has to put the scriptures in our inner part so we don't go off.
Say you are stiff-necked people. This is Genesis 26. And Yahweh said to him in a dream, yeah, I know that thou did this in integrity of thy heart, but I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore I suffered thee not to touch her. Now he was talking to a heathen, but how much, if he did that for a heathen, how much more he do that for us to have integrity? All right? And what you know, he did that for a heathen, you're supposed to pray to him because you know this flesh fucked up and us Israelites are stiff necked. Hey, look, don't let me sin against you. Fix me where I never sin against you. You know, you incorporate that into your prayer.
Take it on there. Job 33:17, it says that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. All right, so by hiding all these things from you, he's really saving you, man.
Yeah.
He's sparing you. All right, so with that, hope this was an edifying lesson. Going to end it by giving infinite honors and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to the hopeful and faithful elect across four corners, living and preaching this truth to the best of their ability and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Shalom, Mike.